So we're live on YouTube. Good evening, everyone. My name is Clinton Brito. I'm going to be your host today. And today we're going to talk about future plans as we're starting the year. Every new year, we have plannings for our near future and our not so near future. So I separate some questions to us to discuss about this theme today. But as always, first we introduce ourselves. So Camila, could you introduce yourself for us, please?
Okay, hi. Good evening, guys. My name is Camila. I'm 32 years old. I'm living in Aracaju, Sergipe. I am a prod design, actually. And in my free time, I like to watch a movie series. And sometimes I like to swim. So yesterday I swim. It was very fun with my friends. And in my free time, I like to draw some brownies sometimes. And I like to cooking too. So it's some hobbies about me. And that's it.
All right, nice. Um, uh, I live in Aracaju as well. Which neighbor do you live? Camila, which neighbor do you live?
Yeah, the first person I meet in this talking hall living in Aracaju too.
Okay, so Fernanda, could you introduce yourself for us, please?
Hello, guys. Good evening. My name is Fernanda Barbosa. I am 26 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro. I am returning to my English study today. I am a beginner. I haven't I haven't studied for a long time, and I hope I don't I don't give up and stop again. Um, that's it. Thank you.
Very nice. Please don't give up. Is it your first time here at Talk and Talk, or you've been studying before here?
Before here,
Okay.
I am talking more or less 3 months, but eu vou e volto.
All right. Very nice. And you just say, could you introduce yourself for us, please?
Yes. Hello, good evening. My name is Jessé. I live in south of Brazil, in a city called Novo Hamburgo. I have a wife. I live with her. I don't have kids. I don't have pets. And I work as a data analyst. And in my free time, I like to read some books, go to the gym, watch some movies or series. That's all about me.
Okay, so introducing myself, my name is Clinton Brito. I am 32 years old. My birthday was yesterday, so I'm still receiving gifts if you want to send to me. 32 years old. I live in Aracaju, Sergipe. I'm married. I have 4 pets, no kids. And in my free time, I like to stay home, watch movies, TV series, live sports, and to practice sports as well. And am a software developer. That's it about me. So, guys, let's start in our today's theme. Today we're going to talk about future plans. Fernanda, could you start reading and answering the first question for us, please?
I don't understand. Travou um pouco aqui.
Can you see the questions on chat that I put,
Yes,
or
yes.
Okay, so can you start with the first question?
Okay.
Question number one.
É, é number 4?
Number one.
Number 1?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, maybe you're not seeing the questions.
Okay. A second question for me.
Okay.
Okay. I am currently a telecommunication engineer studying. I hope to have finished my degree and be working in fields. That's it.
Working at what? Cut it your the end of your sentence.
I don't know.
You are answering uh what you're intended to work with.
Não tô entendendo. Travando.
What's your goal in terms of working? Uh, your target, I mean. I would like to work with this or that. Do
Você tá perguntando. Desculpa, gente, é porque eu sou muito iniciante e aqui não dá pra ver, não tem mais imersão iniciante, então eu tô um pouco perdida, assim, eu não entendo muito.
Don't worry. Basically, I would say, qual é o seu objetivo de trabalho? O que que você busca? Entendeu?
Ok, thank you. Uh, I, I want to, é, acho que evoluir my career, and that's it, não sei explicar muito.
Okay, don't worry. What about you, Camila? How do you envision your personal and professional life in the next 5 years?
Okay. For me now, it's more important to improve my English and still training my hard skill. So these years, I decided to study more about low code, no code, and I try to focus on that because I try to apply some jobs opportunities abroad. And I guess it's important to have some skill like Webflow, for example. So because that, I guess, my goals for these years is that. And for next and another years is to start to work remotely for another country because I guess it's so important to me to improve my English. And I guess if I need to talk about 8 hours per day, I guess it's more possibility, more possible. I improve more faster this skills in my life, you know. So I guess that's it about my work right now.
Okay. So today you will work with design, correct?
Yes, I am a product design
Product
and
designer.
actually, yes.
Okay, nice. And you just said our data engineer. What's your vision for the next 5 years?
Well, I want to be a manager, not in 5 years, but in 3 years. So I need to improve my language skills, not only English, but Spanish too. And in the next 5 years, man, I want grow in my formal job, in my formal career, but I think in 5 years I want to start a new company. I don't know if consulting or technological company, but 5 years is a long period, you know.
Yeah, I have this difficult to imagine in the next 5 years specifically because I like to plan to see what I'm going to do for the next months in order to achieve something in the near future. And my near future is about 1 year. So I prefer to look in smaller time frames than longer ones because my career changed completely in 5 years. So I have this difficult to understand what would be my ideal future vision for the next 5 years. So instead, I prefer to see more baby steps to cut in smaller pieces what to do for the near for this year, for example. But I see in terms of vision, I would like to see me working on at an international company with different cultural people around the world. So this is kind of my vision in terms of 5 years, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to do exactly in terms of, oh, this is the position that I like to work with. I'm not sure because, as just said, in 5 years, if you start at a company, you could be a manager, so you could lead a team or not. You could focus on hard skills and be more competent, more competent in terms of what you do on your today's working, for example. So there are these two different paths that sometimes you choose, and it depends of the opportunities. So my focus is to open my mind and my skills to different kind of opportunities in this 5 year vision. So that's it. All right. So next question. Maybe the question number 2 on chat is number 3 for you because I skipped the number 1 and now the you have to do this shift in the questions. But question number 2 for me here. What steps are you currently taking to prepare for your future goals? Could you start in this one, Jesse?
Yes, sure. Well, in my case, I like to prepare my year in this format. I have a goal for this year, and I have four goals. For example, one for improve my hard skills. Example, this year I'm improving my Python abilities. I have a goal for my healthy, for example, go to the gym or run 10 kilometers. And I have a financial goal, and I have a goal for improve anything for in my life. For example, learning English or improve my English skills. And in this case, I have four big objectives, and I like to how can I say, not cut but broke these objectives in goals, smaller, yeah. And I have a tasks for my day. For example, now I have all my tasks for the first quarter in the year. So all day I have like 5 or 6 tasks, and I need to do that tasks all day, because these tasks will help me achieve the objective in the end of the year. So in my case, I like to do like this.
So it's basically you have a to-do list that daily you
Yeah,
have to check
yeah, yeah,
these
yeah.
things.
I,
Okay.
I like to put all this in Notion, because I can just check all day. And in the quarter, when I close the quarter, I can see, oh, I go to the gym 50 days, and my goal was 55, for example, so I can check this, if I will be right or no.
All right, very nice. And what about you, Camila?
I try to do to-do list in my day, but some days I couldn't because it's a busy day and I try to remember to take notes, but sometimes I forgotten that. But I try all beginning of the year to do my goals in the year, So I take my planner and I note about all things I wish to goals in the year. In the end of the year, try to check what I goals and done. And I guess it's important because I know sometimes it's impossible to take everything I put in the list. For example, I try to take some interviews about a job, international job. But last years I don't have so confident about my English, and I receive rejected because my English not about my work. So now I try to focus on that because I received two feedbacks about my English. So I guess this my in 2025 or 2025, it's more important to improve my English because now I know it's more weakness for these goals. So I try to do that. Like Jessa said, I have some goals about health too. So I try to be more focused about my health because I have a little bit issues about my health last years, and I try to fix that these years. And I guess that's it about my planet. I don't think about 5 years because I don't know if I it's still like a design or change the name because in technology the things change a lot. So I try to focus in the 2 next years and my goals for this period. I guess it's my goals actually.
All right, nice. Well, in my case, uh, for the past, I don't know, 10 months, I've been following a specific framework about how you organize and deliver things in your life in general. And this framework is based on a book, which is the 12-week year. So in Portuguese is ano em 12 semanas. And in this book, we separate our year in basically quarters. So every 12 weeks or 3 months, you set some goals, and in each of these goals, you separate specific what the author call fundamental actions. So these fundamental actions basically are the things that you have to do in order to achieve these goals that you set for the 12-week year that you're living. So I have these fundamental actions to 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 do, and I try to use Pomodoro technique to measure how many hours I've been investing of my time in each of these fundamental actions in order to achieve this goal. So uh, I use a specific tool to measure how many hours I've been spending on specific tasks to uh, that this task is will help me to achieve these goals. So uh, these are the steps that I take to try to achieve the my near future goals. This framework also shows up a vision for 3 years, not 5 years. They prefer to use 3 years because it's more near, more the probability of achieving is higher than 5 years. And you have what they call aspirational vision, which is, I don't know, in the long term, I would like to be at this point of my life, have these kind of things, not just in terms of assets or money, but in terms of lifestyle and etc. So, but the smaller steps are these. So every 12 weeks, I look back and see what worked and what didn't work, and I adapt to every 3 months basically. So that's it in my case. All right.
And how the
So
name of the app you told? The app of Pomodoro?
it's called Tick Tick. It's not the only Pomodoro. You can sync your schedule on this app. You use Pomodoro technique, and you can link the time that are rolling on this Pomodoro to a specific task. So you can see in some charts how many Pomodoros or how many hours you've spent on each of these tasks that you set that you were going to do specific for this Pomodoro, this test. So you have a big picture in different time frames. For example, last week, how many hours I work on this or that. And you can set different time frames. I don't know, last month, last year, 2024. So it's nice to visualize the effort that you invest on your time. I put it on the chat the name of this tool. It's paid, but worth the investment, in my opinion. All right. So next question. Could you read the answer for us, please, Camila?
Three, I forgotten
Yes.
the question. Yes. And how do you manage distractions and stay focused on long-term objectives? It's hard for me sometimes because I felt some days it's hard for me to focus. And when I have this case, I try to use it to the Pomodoro methodology because I guess it's important to have a time. So I need the 25 minutes to focus in this task. And after that, I have a break of 5 minutes and back for the task. I guess it's very helpful for me using this methodology. But I guess sometimes it's hard when I don't have a great day, but I guess in the next day I try to handle it. And so sometimes because I guess I don't have the same productivity all day, but I try to deliver the minimal uh valuable in the day sometimes because we have a bad time because we are human. We don't have continue like a machine, I guess, but I try do that. And I guess the Pomodoro, it's helpful a lot because we have a lot distraction in a day. And in my case, I work fully remotely, so I guess it's more hard to focus on one task. But the Pomodoro, it's helpful for me in this moment.
Okay. What about you, Jesse?
Well, in my case, in the last few years, I always have 10 or more goals in the year. And for me, this was a mistake. And the last year, 2024, I put only 5 goals in my year, and this year I have only 4 goals in my year, 4 big objectives, because I need a clear path. Just follow the path. And when you have a lot of things in your day, you have only 24 hours, and you need to choose the priority of the things. And in my case, for example, English is one. I improve a lot my English in the last year, because I focused every day 1 hour per day. In the beginning of the 2024, I can introduce myself, for example, and now I can understand, I can speak wrong, but I can speak. And this helped me a lot, because if you have only one goal for uh, I don't know the name, but one goal for a big objective, every day to do that, you can achieve more easier. You don't have these distractions, but uh, we need to know how we can choose. For example, oh, I need a task, and I can uh, watch a video in YouTube, or I can scroll in my Instagram. So these distractions, I think, for example, in my case, I exclude the Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't have TikTok. So I choose focus in my tasks, but it's for a period, because you need to live your life too. But in my case, for like 3 months or 4 months, I need to be focused in my goals. The last year I read, I don't know if you know, I don't know if changed the name, but in Portuguese is a única coisa. I don't know if in English is the unique thing, but let me see if I can explain the the book in one phrase. But it's like, if you if you focus it in one thing. For example, you need to set one thing, and if you do that thing, you can achieve, or you can solve 80% of your problems, and this opened my mind, because yeah, if I learn English, for example, advanced, I can improve my career, I can start in a business, I can traveling. So English is the most important thing in my life now, so I need to be focused in this thing.
Nice. I've never heard about this book, but it makes sense. And I was thinking about how powerful maybe English is, because how many doors it opens. Yeah, makes sense. I'm going to take a look later. So, um, in my case, uh, the last year was a little bit what you did, you just said, because um, I decided to take less goals in terms of this is going to this is what I'm going to achieve this year, and it becomes easier. But better than this, in my case, is the to see how many hours I dedicated in each of these tasks is very powerful for me, because although some of my goals I didn't achieve, it was nice to see that I'm on track. So it's going to happen. It didn't happen on 2024, but I know it's going to happen in 2025, because I can see in front of me how many hours I've been dedicating to these things to deliver what I wanted to achieve. So this is very powerful to me to see that even though some things that I didn't achieve it yet from the past year, I see how far I evolved in this in this year particular. So I like to think this way. So and it answer the question directly, how to manage distractions in terms of long-term objectives. Saying no is one of my difficulties, but I've trying to say more no's during my days to people in general, and some decisions that I took. For example, uh, avoiding have um, a personal social media like Instagram. I don't have an Instagram account, for example, because it's very easier to get distracted with social media. And unfortunately, this is a thing that took a lot of hours from our days. And I've been struggling to avoid these social medias. And other thing that I did, and it is an example of saying no, was to basically most of the time I am at home. I'm not seeing my friends the way that I've seen in the past years, because I'm 100% focused on these things that I am doing at the moment, which is basically changing my career. So for the past 2 years, actually, I've been doing this, and saying no is the most powerful thing to avoid distractions, but it's not easy. You're going you're not going to see people as you've seen in the past, so you're going to uh, feel bad sometimes because you're avoiding contact with people that you'll enjoy to be with. So, but that's life. So in the short run, I have to do these things. And yeah, that's it. Um, Next question. What skills or knowledge do you believe are essential for success in the future? One skill which is key, in my opinion, is time management, because like I said before, it's much easier to get distracted today compared to the past, where we don't have social medias influencing our lives like we do today. So uh, this ability of avoiding social media, get your time well management, and saying no. These things are hard to do, uh, actually. It's easier said than done. So I I would choose these two: time management and say no. And you just say.
Well, I believe in soft skills like uh, not lead, but people, because you can't achieve nothing without people. You need the people in your team or in your career. You need to understand how the people works in the days. And in my case, I achieve my goals. For example, I grow in my career and I achieve my job because I know how I can help the people in my coworkers or my managers achieve their goals. So I helped they achieve their goals, and this helped me a lot growing fast in my career.
Nice. And you, Camila?
I agree with you, Clinton. I guess time management is so important. But I guess the second one more important, it's a clear communication. I guess it's really important, and because that I try to improve my English because the principal way to do something very huge in my career. It's about communication because as a designer, I need to communication. I choose communication, the research, these things about design. So I guess for me, it's time manage and the communication, the principal way to improve your career, your goals in the principal in career, I guess not. It's clear communication. It's important for all, for our personal life. I guess it's important to communication clear for everybody because in the future, I guess, the future, no, in the present, people have a hard, it's hard for many people to communication. So talk with another human, for example. And I guess it's really important right now.
Nice. Okay, so next question, what skills or no, oh, sorry. Question number 5, Jesse, could you read the answer, please?
Okay. How do you adapt your plans when facing uncertainty or unexpected change? Well, life is uncertain, so in my case, I believe this is normal and you need to ready for change your plans. So for that, I believe the most important is you know about yourself and you improve your soft skills. Because, for example, if you know a lot of hard skills and the market change, for example, AI replace and we don't need more programmers, only AI. So you need to be ready. You need to know how you can communicate, how you can sell, how you can help the business for anything. So I believe this is normal, but if you want to be ready for change, you need to improve your soft skills like communication, like time management, uh, like that.
Okay, and you, Camila, what do you think about?
I guess in the past, I had it was hard for me to accept changes. But when I start to work with technology, it was more easy for me accept the changes because, for example, and I don't use it AI for anything, but now it's very assistant for me. So I use it a lot, for example, for resume research, for try to help some review some screens for accessibility, for example. And I guess everything change a lot, and I need to understand how I could adapt it for the changes. So because that I told about, I start to study about coding, but I don't need to code in the future. But I guess it's important for my deliverables for development. So because that I decided to study for by myself for these skills. And in the future, I don't know. I need to code them, but I hope so not. But I still prepare for that because I guess in my case, some job description say a lot about coding. So I very see something job description say that, and I try to be prepared for the future. And I guess in my case, it's about coding. But in the next year, it could change this opinion, and I need to adapt for that. I guess the principal skill for technology or anything in the future, it's adaptability, because the changes, the unique tool and the unique chance to become real in the future is change a lot, I guess.
I read some time ago an article that said that we, our generation, we which are working at the moment, maybe until we get retired, we'll have to work with about 7 different careers throughout our uh, working years. So yeah, it's basically this ability to adapt to different scenarios, different kind of markets. And in IT, a software engineer, software developer, a data engineer, these positions, you basically has to product managers as well. You have to adapt all the time because the tools change all the time. The way that you did your work in the past is completely different from today in many ways. The amount of I don't know, amount of different kinds of tasks that you have to do is different today compared to the past. The stakeholders changed over the years as well, so you always have to adapt it. And my case, I basically had different careers. Maybe this is my third career that I am working at the moment, investing, and I understand this. And the powerful thing is you can use what you worked in the past on your currently activities. So and the soft skills are very useful. You basically are improving, or you should be improving your soft skills throughout your whole career. And if you are coming from a different completely different context, sometimes is it's even better in terms of uh, how much task, not much task, but how different scenarios you already faced in the past in different kinds of jobs. And some companies value this. And if you are, for example, opening your company, this is even more powerful. So I believe this adaptability, the things that you've been working on over the years in different careers, sometimes this always help you in your today's activities. And maybe not in the hard skills, but in soft skills for sure, especially dealing with people and this sort of communication skills as well. So yeah, this is the thing that I believe how better person I am compared to the past, because all the experiences that I had was very helpful to bring me here where I am today. So that's it. Well, let's go to our next question. Question number 6. Camila, could you read the answer, please, for us?
Okay. What roles does financial plan play in your strategy for achievement future goals? In my case, I try to focus in the principal goals, financial goals, and I try to do all months a part of my salary for these goals. And the last years, I achieved that, and I'm very proud. and I still try to the next goals in this year. And I guess it's important to focus all month for that. In my case, I receive for month, but if you receive for week, you need to focus for week, part of your salary. But I guess it's really important for me to do that because now when I achieve my first, it's last year was the first time I achieved my financial goals because the pandemic was a mess for me to financial. But now I'm very proud about these goals and I try to do the same goals in these years, the same, no, more goals in these years for my achievement. And I guess it's important to focus. In this case, we need to focus all month because if you focus on really expensive goals, you need to be careful all months to achieving the finish of this year.
Very nice. Or congratulations. And Jose, what could you add at this topic?
Well, in this moment of my life, I don't save a lot of money or a part of money or a part of my salary. I basically I invest all in my career. I buy knowledge, I buy network, and I believe that you are paid for how much value you deliver. You know, so I need to improve my abilities for earn more money, and when I earn more money I can save more, I can invest more, and I can achieve my financial goals. But in this moment invested I invest all my salary or my save in my career.
All right. Personally, for me, this topic it's complicated because at the moment I'm basically just burning my money out because I'm not working at the moment. But yeah, I planned to leave this period for 1 year. I thought about changing career and I had the assets to make this decision. And of course, my original plan was not it wasn't intended to be 2 years without working, but it's okay. But yeah, without this financial plan, it was impossible to took this decision, for example. So I always like to talk about this thing because money is everything in terms of career development, growth in your personal life. Um, Without money, we can't achieve anything in terms of big things in your life. You could say to yourself, okay, I'm not will worry so much about money. Maybe today this is not a problem, but in the future will probably be because if you don't think about how you're going to retire, for example, or what you're going to do to have the assets or the different revenues to pay your bills, this is going to be a problem someday. So uh, all my plans, the financial thing is very important to think about. Actually, I like to sometimes to think me as a company. So I have the concern of, for example, have different kinds of revenues, different sources of incomes. So this is very important to me. And the things that I do to in terms of my career is planning, is aiming, achieving these financial goals that I have in my life. So yeah, that's it. Everyone answered this question, right? Camila? Okay. So question number 7. How do you approach the risks and challenges that might arise in the pursuit of your long-term goals? I'm going starting this because I took a big risk doing what I'm doing because I had a nice job previously. I worked in the financial markets for 6 years. I was one of the partners of the business of the company, and it was very difficult, very hard to took the decision to do something different. And the thing is, you have to see where you are today and what you have to try to see what's going to happen in your future if you continue to do the same things that you do today, what you're going to achieve. So when I did this exercise, what I saw was not good because I couldn't grow anymore, not much as it was in the previous years. So this bothers me so much. I couldn't, for example, double my salary in the near future. It was very difficult. Not impossible, but the amount of work, of stress that you had to put to achieve this, it didn't compensate, in my opinion. So I had to do something different in order to grow. So I have to took this two step backs, to one step back to take two forward in the future. So it was basically almost 1 year, um, thinking about it. What could I do about my future and the risks, the challenges that I have to take, etc. So it was very calculated. It was not a thing all of a sudden that I decided from a day to another. So it was required a lot of planning. And what about you, Camila?
In my case, I did two transition of career. I spent about 7 years in the same company, working with the same job, and I hate a lot this routine. In the last years, I left, and I guess it's necessary to have hunger and fears to be big change in your life. So I did, but I have a lot fears, and I have a lot hungered about anything happening, anything change my life. So because that I guess you fears a lot fears about your change. It's important because if you don't feel anything with big change, it's a sign you don't have a motivation to uh, search for new goals in your life. So for me, it's important to have these big changes in your life because my life completely changed when I start to work as a full-time design because I love to work with that. And I guess my health it's better, my life it's better right now. So I guess what's important, but in the 6 first months was a hell for me because I have a lot fears about, oh, if I fired, oh, if these people don't like me, if I'm not a great professional. Because when I in the old company, I have a comfortable way because I have 7 years in the same company. So I guess it's a very security about my work in this company, but I have been so sad about my work and my goals in this company. And I guess it was very hard to me to leave this sensation about new goals. And when I improved that, I guess I could be calm and still focus on the next goal. For example, now I have this goal very important in my life to change my career for international professional. So I need to improve my English and try to application for jobs. So for me now it's my improvement for a new goal, very huge, because in this case it's not about my skills, it's about to improve myself in another language. So I guess it's important to have big goals, and when this happening, it's okay to take fears, but it's important to follow your dreams, follow your goals with fears. I guess that's it about me.
Wonderful. And you, Jesse?
Well, I think if you don't take risks, you can't have a history, you know. So I always take risk in my career. I change my career like 5 times, and I started with sales, purchasing, controlling, financial, and now in data. But I have a startup too, so I always take risk, and I invest not only time but money in these changes. And I believe if you want a big thing, you need to take a big risk. You know, you need to plan this, because you need to be careful with one thing. I think it is the most important is you need to be prepared for stay in the game. You can't go out for the game. You need to stay in the game. For example, in your case, Clinton, if you stay in your job, probably you will need more 5 years for change your career. Maybe, I don't know, but programming from scratch is really difficult. You know, it's really difficult, and the time of graduated, for example, is 4 years. And I know the people that know get out, or no quit their jobs and finished their course, you're graduated, and can't change your job because it's difficult to change. So you need to take risks, but you need to plan your life for staying the game.
Nice, perfect. Our last question, I'm going to take the last one. What advice would you give to someone who is unsure about how to start planning for their future? What would you answer, Jesse? Continuing with you.
Well, now I know that the good things take time. So for me, it's normal. I just keep going. I just follow my plan every day. I think the most important thing is never give up, because you only fail if you give up, you know. So in my case, now it's normal, but a few years ago, this was a really difficult for me. And when I have it, for example, a problem, I just give up and started other thing, and because of that, I can't achieve my goals. But now my mind work differently, and I believe if you just follow your plan, never give up, you can achieve big things.
All right, thank you, Jesse. And you, Camila?
I guess I agree, like just as said, but I guess it's important not I forgot this sheet, but it's important to not do that because it's hard. I receive a lot. No, before I receive my offer in this job I actually work, and I guess it's important to focus because in my case I study a lot and I try to study in the weekends. I study after the work when I need to improve this transition of career. And I guess it's important to focus and try not share with another people your goals, your future goals, because some people have a very consideration about the opinion of the another people. And I realize it's very common that people say, oh, you don't need to do that. You don't need to focus a lot in your goals. This thing it's very common when you said about your goals with people, it's not positive people. So I guess it's important to be safe your goals for by yourself, and after you achievement you share with another people. So I guess it's important to focus, because I felt when I you say something you need to go, some part of your brain it's accepted, it goes, it's happening, but it's not happening yet, and then you could have more slowly about your goals because you said about that. I guess this opinion about your goals. I guess it's important to focus and not share anything before it's really happens in your life. I guess it's important.
Nice, nice. Well, in my case, I like to think about the opposite side of the thing. So if you don't plan, if you don't make plans, if you don't worry about uh, what you're going to achieve and how, what's the consequence of this is you don't know where the ship are going to take you. So it's that silly phrase of Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So uh, it's silly, but in the end of the day, that's it. If you don't know what are you going, if you don't know how you're going to achieve these objectives, these goals, anything will happen to you, and in the future, maybe you're going to regret not take control of your ship and just take the sea, take your ship to anywhere, and you're going to spend your life badly. You're going to waste your time with things that aren't important. And if you don't think about this today, in my opinion, we're going to regret in the future because we will waste a lot of time in vain because this time you can get back. It's not too late, never, but sometimes you think about, oh, if I had did this in the past, or if I planned it better about, thinking more about this thing of planning, maybe where I am today is going to be a better place. So sometimes I think about this, but not so much because I'm going to be a little bit depressed, but that's it. Today, for me, it's very important to think about planning and my future plans. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for being here on Sunday evening. I wish you a very nice week that is starting, and see you next week. All right.
Thank you.
Bye
See you
guys, good
next